destination. A very pleasant morning to one and all present here. Respected principals, sir, teachers, and all my dear friends. Today, we all have gathered here to enjoy a short journey to our dream destination, which will surely take us to a virtual world. So, without delay, let us begin with class 6 students to come forward with their presentations on France, a land of beauty and culture. I would like to invite Alicia of class 6 to present her PPT on France.
Hello and good morning to everybody. I am Alicia, the manager of Messrs. Business Tour and Travel Company. My company is one of the reputed and specialized for their France tour packages from last 15 years. We are now open to booking for a group and family to visit France. So let's come with us and enjoy the valuable and luxurious packages planned by my company. Now about France. It is one of the largest countries in Europe. Culturally and historically, one of the most influential countries in the world. Now, the distance from India to France is 7,364 kilometers. The flight distance is 4,111.1 miles. Now, the important destinations are Paris, Lyon, Royal Valley, Brittany and Normandy, and others. Now, the climate condition of France is cold in winter and mild in summer. You can appreciate France for the weather. Now the language spoken in France. Official language of France is French. It is one of the most important language. About 300 million around the world as mother tongue or second fluent language. Now the health and safety tips. There are no health precautions for visiting France. Although France is a very safe place. Be aware of pickpockets in big cities. Keep your cashes and passports in a secret place or by wearing a money belt. After the trip, be sure to make your travel insurance. Bibla Tour, offering economical comprehensive services are air ticketing, international flights, hotels, holiday packages, standalone hotel reservation, flights plus hotel fees, etc. Emerging segments are travel insurance with the best offers at the rate of 42,000. The tour program is above on the screen. Our price includes daily breakfast, and private lounge, etc. To reserve the seat, please contact our executives in mobile number 999-11199. To visit our official site, log on www.vibratour.com. Thank you.
So next we have Amrita. Give a big round of applause for her.
Hello and good morning to everybody. I am Amrita, the manager of Bibla France Tour Company. Our company is one of the most successful and most popular company in the world. Our company is operating since 10 years. Our all travel agents are well-trained, friendly, understanding and alert. You will be provided with international flights, hotels, meals, etc. For this time, we will take you to France. About France. It is a French Republic country with territory status in Western Europe. It oversees regions and territories. Currency. The currency that is used in France is called franc. Language. France official and national language is French. Distance from France to India. Distance from France to India is 7,379 kilometers. Distance from India to France is 7,369 kilometers. Climate condition. The climate condition of France is very good because it usually cold in winter and mild in summer. Hotel facilities are fitness centers, conference facilities, Caution, be aware of pickpockets, take care of your child and things. Don't touch anything that don't belong to yours. So the end of the PPT, I want to tell you the offer that we are providing. You will be provided with a driver and a well-trained. You will be provided with a well-trained driver and a car. There will be a cheaper cost of package. There will be a lucky draw. The person who wins will get free chance to visit friends. Thank you.
Next we have Avika.
Hello, I am Avika, the tour manager of 5 Club France Tours and Travels. We fabricate and conduct tailor-made travel itineraries to European nations. We are young, flexible and passionate team that induces a hint of local culture into our itineraries to make your holiday brilliant. Our company is providing a 7-day taste of Europe tour. Depart from Paris for a trip to the widening Eiffel Tower and visit the chilling Mount Atlas of Lucerne. Total package costs 1,500 euros per person. These are some information about our France tour package. About France. France is a country which encompasses medieval cities, alpine villages and Mediterranean beaches. Paris, its capital, is famous for its fashion houses, classical art museums and love monuments like Eiffel Tower. France capital, Paris, largest city, Paris, President Emmanuel Macron, language French, currency euro. The highlights of our tour package: comprehensive tour by bus or coach, excellent value for money, multi-day trip, separate driver ensures the guide's full attention throughout the day, perfect introduction for first-time visitors, once in a lifetime experience. Inclusions of our tour package: daily accommodation in 3-star minimum hotel, twin room with private facilities. Daily continental buffet breakfast. For other needs, we offer reservations to local restaurants, cafes, service station restaurants, etc. Daily transportation in modern air-conditioned coaches, trained and professional coach driver. The services of an experienced tour manager. Sightseeing and orientation included in the itinerary. Expertly planned to maximize customers' time to visit iconic must-see sites in each city. Exclusion of our tour package. Single supplement of 30 euros per person if customers request for single rooms. Mandatory tip for the tour manager and the driver of 5 euros per person. The daily accommodation for the last day of the tour and daily tour. Flights and other travel costs like visas and travel insurance. The pre or post hotel accommodations, meals and drinks not included in the itinerary. Personal expenses like laundry, internet, phone calls, etc. Now the itinerary. Day 1, you will board your flight to Paris and on arrival you will be greeted by a friendly Vive la France tour manager outside the baggage hall. Then you proceed to hotel and check-in. Day 2, we will show you many of the loved Persian sites like Alexander Ridge, Concorde Square, Opera House and many more. Then you proceed to Eiffel Tower. Then the afternoon is free for you to explore the beautiful city on your own, or you have a chance to visit Disneyland. Tonight after dinner, you have a chance to experience the glamour of the famous Lido show, an unforgettable experience on our tour. And overnight in Paris. Day 3, Belgium. Today after breakfast, we will visit mini Europe, the showcasing with different monuments of Europe in a 1:25 scale. Then we will visit the legendary mannequin face statue. Overnight in Belgium. Day 4, Rhineland. Today after breakfast, we will proceed to Cologne. Visit the impressive Cologne Cathedral, a fine example of Gothic architecture. Then we will show you the scenic cruise on the River Rhine. Overnight in Rhineland. Day 5, Rhineland. After continental buffet breakfast, we will proceed to an orientation tour of Heidelberg. Then we will proceed to the heart of Black Forest surrounded by fir forests. get invited for a free demonstration and buy one for your food. Then we drive for Switzerland. Overnight in Switzerland. Day 6, Switzerland. After continental buffet breakfast, the day is leisure or you have a chance to join us on an adventurous tour to Junk George, the highest point of the tour and the top of the Europe. You will be amazed at the scenic splendor of the cogwheel that you will see from the cogwheel train. It takes you to the height of 3454 meters. Treasure these beautiful moments as you drive to your hotel. Overnight in Switzerland. Day 7. Today we will show you the Mount Atlas and Lucerne. In Mount Atlas you will experience the snow at the height of 3020 meters. And we will show you the Lucerne. And in Lucerne, you have some time to shop the famous Swiss watches, knives and chocolates. Overnight in Switzerland. Fly back with pleasant memories. After continental buffet breakfast, we will check out and proceed to airport. Fill the feedback and hand it to your manager. Your valued suggestions will be most appreciated. Arrive home with pleasant memories of your European tour, which we are sure you will treasure for a long time. Now, the end of the PPT, I want to show you the exciting offers that our company is providing. In this France tour, we are providing 25% off and 30% off if you are a member of our organization, that is Wildlife France organization. You can be a part of our organization by contacting us on Wildlife France provide you convenient joining points throughout the tour. If you will book a package of 10 days, then we will give you a half-day trip to Disneyland. If you will book a package of 15 days, then you will be given 125 euros cash back. We will provide you trip insurance free of cost in the whole trip. Thank you and hope you will like our tour package.
Next we have Soumya.
Hi, I am Soumya and I am a representative of company Viva France. Our company is the best company in France. It is very cheap, so any budget is suitable for us. We offer you a 6-day and 7-night tour package. All the price will be guaranteed. We offer you a professional driver with a Volvo bus. The highlights will be Mont Saint-Michel, Royal, Notre Dame Central and many more. Our bike long option will guide you all the way. Now I would like to tell you a little bit more about France. France is the largest country of European Union. It has the largest part of European Union, Disneyland Paris, which is situated in its capital, Paris. Now I would like to tell you a little bit more about France. France has different types of climate. North part of it enjoys winter and the southern part of it enjoys summers. Our guide John Watson will guide you all the way. France is also known for its different variety of food, cheese and grapes. Hope you will enjoy this too. Thank you.
Next we have Sakshi. Shikha, sorry.
Good morning. I am Shikha from Viva France Tours and Travel. Our company is the best company. A question arises, how our company is the best? So as an agent, let me tell you that our company provides lots of facilities to you like stay in 7-star hotels, 3-time meals, etc. Nowadays, we are giving you best offer that is 50% discount and a free trial. This is the best time to visit France. Our company specializes in first and schools of European and France destination. So this is very golden opportunity to visit France with our company. Now I will give you some more information of France through my PPT. France. France is the best place to visit. Visit in Europe. French clothing. American and French clothing is very similar. What man and woman wear is same. Now French sports. League of the football is the most popular game in France. Other popular games played in France are rugby, union, etc. Now are two packages of Vive la France tours and travel. In under ₹600, we will give you non-AC room. Dinner at Malik restaurant tour will be of 3 days and 2 nights. In under ₹600, we will give you AC room, 3 times meal. Tour will be of 4 days, 5 days, 4 nights, and a one free guided during journey. Thank you and hope you will like our tour package.
Let's begin with class 8 students with their presentation on Australia. I would like to invite Ariba Ahmed of class 8A. Good morning, one and all present here. Today, I, Ariba Ahmed, Director of the tour operating company Amazing Sydney Tours, will tell you that why you should opt for the services provided by my tour operating company Amazing Sydney Tours, and then I will also give you a brief introduction of Australia. So let's get started. Amazing Sydney Tours. www.amazingsydneytours.com. My website. I think you should keep a track of this website because after seeing the presentation, I'm sure you will be glad to join hands with our company because I think my company is the best one. Let me tell you why. Now, let me introduce you my company. That is the company profile. We are renowned and reliable tour operating company since 2004 and we were the winners of the National Tourism Award. Our clientele are from all the continents of the world except Antarctica. For clients interested in operating Sydney, we have over 12 years of experience in organizing small groups, intensive groups, school groups, etc. Let's move on. Address of my company. Let me read out this for you. Soon for level 11, Remile Commercial, 101 Bathurst, St. Sydney, NSW 2000, Australia. Next. So, first let me tell you about Australia. Australia is a continent and a country too. It is famous for its Great Barrier Reef, historical monuments like Sydney Opera House, and some unique animal species like kangaroos and duck-billed platypuses. Its population is about 23.78 million. So, let me tell you about the historical monuments of Australia. First, we have the Sydney's Opera House. The Sydney's Opera House is similar to the Lotus Temple in India. And my friends, let me tell you that the idea of building Lotus Temple is taken from the Sydney Opera House only. Next, we have the Sydney's Parliament House. Sydney's Parliament House is quite similar to the Qutub Minar in India because both heights the same. And next, we have Shrine of Remembrance. It is quite similar to the India Gate for remembering soldiers who fought for our victory. Next, let me tell you. So just have a look at the map of Australia. As I told you earlier also, it is famous for its Great Barrier Reef, which is located there and is surrounded by oceans. Australia's capital is Canberra, which is located there. Sydney's Opera House and Sydney's Parliament House, obviously located in Sydney, and that is there. So, let's move on. Next, we have Sydney Tower. It is also very unique. Next, we have the Shrine of Remembrance, a very decent monument which has a very nice history. So, here comes the most important topic of tourist attractions, that is the tour packages offered by my company, Amazing Sydney Tours. First, we have Platinum Package. It includes international airfare, airport transfers to and from the country, hotel sightseeing with breakfast, and cost rupees only 1 lakh. Next, we have Gold Package. It covers only domestic airfare, airport transfers, hotel stay with breakfast, sightseeing, and cost rupees 65,000. And next we have the Silver Package. In this package there is no airfare. Clients will get airport transfer and hotel stay only, and it cost rupees 38,000. So, let me tell you about the unique selling proposition of Amazing Sydney Tours. Best individual attention, best advice, lots of testimonials, and competitive rates, experienced staff, etc. So, my friends, tell me, isn't my company amazing? Not only by its name, by its services also. So, join your hands with my company and let's discover Australia. So, in the end, I would like to conclude with the statement, actually the tagline of my company, that let your spirit and soul fly in the Australian sky with Amazing Sydney Tours. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Aman Singh, a travel agent of Amazing Sydney Tours and Travels. Our company organizes an Amazing Sydney Tours in Australia. So today I am here to show you some amazing tourist sites of Australia. So let the tour begin. First comes the Sydney Opera House. Sydney Opera House is a multi-venue performing arts center in Sydney, Australia. It is the most famous building of 20th century and it was designed by Danish architect John Dulden and it was formally opened on 1973 October 20. Then comes the Great Barrier Reef. Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef system composed of over 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands stretching over 2,300 kilometers and over an area. The reef is located on the coast of Australia. Then comes the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Sydney Harbour Bridge is a steel-through arch bridge across the Sydney Harbour. It carries rail, pedestrian traffic bicycles across the Sydney Central Business District. Then comes the Melbourne. Melbourne is the capital of Australia. Melbourne is the most populous city of Australian state of Victoria. Melbourne consists of 31 municipalities and its inhabitants called Melburnians. Then comes the Bondi Beach. Bondi Beach is one of the most famous beaches in Sydney. It is located 7 km east of Sydney Central Business District. Bondi Beach is one of the most visited tourist sites in Australia. The package of this exciting trip is only rupees 1 lakh, which gives you a fabulous experience and all the facilities which you want. Right? Thank you everyone, and you all are welcome to Australia.
Next we have Nishtha. Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Good. That's fantastic. I'm Mr. Shwaswa, a sales executive at Amazing Sydney Tours, an undisputed leader for incredible holiday experience to celebrate life. And today, I'm here to present our latest tour package offering to you, that is Marvels of Australia. It is a Melbourne and Sydney special tour package, and I'm sure you all gonna love this. So, here we go. Well, any of you been to Australia before? No. Okay, we have come up with an amazing holiday package for you. Exclusively focused on Melbourne and Sydney area. Our team of experts has designed this package in such a way that every penny you spend worth the memories you make lifelong. And your accommodation is such that you are just a few minutes away from all the major shopping centers, food chains and business hubs. In a nutshell, we create a perfect holiday experience with carefully chosen unique experience around Australia. So, go ahead, choose your package and pack your bag to your dream vacation. And be rest assured because Your wish is our command. Now, let's go through some highlights of this tour package. As you all can see that it is a 6 nights and 7-day tour package. The places which will be covered during this tour are Melbourne and Sydney. The starting price of this tour package is just rupees 1,09,900. You will be provided with a return economy class airfare. This package will include all the visa charges and many more. You name it and we have it. We also have some exclusive packages available for family combo, kids special, etc. It has all given on the screen. And now let's have a look at the itinerary of this tour package. Day 1, arrival in Melbourne. Day 2, a half-day city tour will be conducted, and during that city tour, a visit to Phillip Island. Day 3, Great Ocean Road Tour Adventure. And I would like to tell you that it is an optional tour. Day 4, again from Melbourne to Sydney. Day 6, Day 5, sightseeing in Sydney, Sydney Shore Cruise. Day 6, Port Stephen Dolphin Tour and Dolphin Shore Cruise. Day 7, departure from Sydney. It is a tailor-made itinerary specially designed for you to embrace the trip, and we will handle the rest. And now, here is the travel plan from India to Australia. Welcome aboard. You will be boarding from Mumbai to Melbourne at 9:50 in the morning. Since it's a very long distance, there is a layover time in Singapore for nearly 3 hours. From there, you have to change the flight and then go to Melbourne. Again, after spending 3 days in Melbourne, you will head towards the Sydney as per the flight details mentioned here. As you all can see that your flight for India is from your last destination, that is Sydney. Again, it will be a connecting flight, and there is a layover time in Singapore for nearly 3 hours. And here is your accommodation plan while you will be staying in Australia's most happening cities, that is Melbourne and Sydney. In Melbourne, Albert Style Hotel or any hotel similar to that will be provided to you. And in Sydney, Hotel Radisson Blu Plaza will be provided accommodation in that hotel. And now, I would like to do a little bit of comparison between Indian and Australian monuments. So, first of all, we have the Australian War Memorial. The Australian War Memorial, also known as Australia's National Memorial, is a memorial which was built in the memory of the soldiers who lost their life in the wars of Australia, including the Commonwealth of Australia also. And the next we have the India Gate. The India Gate, commonly known as All India War Memorial, was built in the memory of the soldiers who participated or died in the time period of 1914 to 1921 during the First World War. Another architectural monuments are the Lotus Temple. The Lotus Temple is a house of worship located in New Delhi. And notable for its lotus-like shape, it has become a prominent attraction in the city. The Lotus Temple has won numerous of architectural awards and has been published in a number of newspapers and magazine articles. Its structure is very much similar to that of the Sydney Opera House located in Australia. And the next we have the Sydney Opera House. Sydney Opera House, located in Australia, is a monument whose architecture is very much similar as that of the Lotus Temple. The Sydney Opera House is world's most busiest performing art centers, and since its opening in 1973, it has become a prominent attraction in the city. And it has become countless hours of entertainment to millions of people. And here is a Independence Day discount offer for you. If you book this package for 5 or more people as a group, you will be directly entitled with a 15% discount on your total cost. Since it's an Independence Day offer, this offer is valid till August 15 only. So hurry up, offers are closing very soon. And now, if you have any query, you can contact me anytime. The details are mentioned on the screen. I'll be more happy to answer your queries if you have any. And at last, I would like to say thank you for paying attention towards me. Thank you. Next, we have Bhaskar of class 8.
friends, I am the manager of Amazing Sydney Tours and Travel Company. Today I am going to convince you all to visit to Australia, a land of different culture and traditions. Australia is a land of cultural and natural diversities. It is a land of unique culture, food items, traditions and dance forms. There will be many monuments which we will visit during our package, but some of them are displayed here, which are the soul of our package. The first is Sydney Opera House. Sydney Opera House is the opera hall where opera is performed. It is situated in Sydney and is one of the most attractive destinations for the people who visit to Australia. Great Barrier Reef. Great Barrier Reef is situated in the northeastern part of Australia. Different varieties of corals and fishes can be found in the Great Barrier Reef. It is even visible from the outer space. Fraser Island is an island situated in the southwestern part of Queensland. It is the most peaceful and beautiful island situated in Australia. People who visit it once want to visit it again and again. There are many more monuments which we will visit during our package. They are Blue Mountains, Kakandu National Park, Uluru, which is a sacred place, Bondi Beach, and the Royal Botanic Garden. Here is the map which shows all the things which we will do in Australia, all the things which we will use, and all the places which we will visit. Red Fort. Red Fort is compared with Uluru. Red Fort was also built by Shah Jahan, the Mughal emperor. It was said the capital fortress and where the king sat. Even today, speeches are given on Independence Day at Red Fort only. Now the significance of monuments of Australia. The first is Sydney Opera House. As I told you, it is compared with Taj Mahal. Sydney Opera House is an opera hall where different performances are performed. It has a big concert hall and as well as a big conference hall. It is situated in Sydney. Different restaurants are inside it where you can get delicious food items. Second is Uluru. Uluru is a sacred place and is also known as Red Centre. That is why it is compared with Red Fort. It is surrounded by a big national park. It is 450 kilometers away from Alice Springs. We will stay in Australia for 5 days and 4 nights. A personal vehicle with a driver to be provided to visit the following places. The total expenditure including lodging and boarding will be 1,50,000 rupees. This PPT is made by Bhaskar Kashyap, Vineet Singh, Janeshwar Alam. Thank you.
Next, we have Palak.
Hi friends, today I, Palak Joshi, your friend and the manager of Aviator Tours and Travels, would like to give you a brief description about my company and will take you to a what you have but fascinating trip to UK. First of all, I would like you to note down my company's information such as email address and phone number because I know after seeing my PPT which I have specially made for you, you will be so much convinced that you will surely contact us. And after seeing this PPT, if you have any queries, you can just log on to our website or contact us on the given phone number. Now, about Aviator Tours and Travels. Aviator Tours and Travels is a vibrant, dynamic, Nigerian-owned private company which was established in 2005. We are ranked among the top travel management companies and we are a fully fledged IATA approved company and a member of National Association of Nigeria Tours and Travels. We specialize in corporate travel time delivering and cost efficiencies for small and large companies as well as individuals. Tour package. Aviator to a topmost attraction of UK. I have a list of some topmost attractions which you can visit by having a trip to UK. First of all, the Buckingham Palace. The Buckingham Palace is the London residence and the administrative headquarters of the monarch of United Kingdom. London Eye. The London Eye is a giant Ferris wheel which is located in the south bank of River Thames. As of mid-January, it was known as the Coca-Cola London Eye. Yes, the structure is 443 feet tall and the wheel has a diameter of 394 feet. Big Ben. The Big Ben is nicknamed for the Great Bell of Clock Tower. It has the biggest clock in the world and the official name of this is the Elizabeth Tower. Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument which you can see by just having a look at the picture. It consists of ring of standing stones which are 13 feet high, 6 feet wide and weighs about 25 tons. Now the British Museum. The British Museum is dedicated to human art, culture and history. It consists of every material that is based on human art and culture and depicts the human culture from its beginning to the present. Now, if you want a visiting place, I'm sure you don't want to stay at cheap places. So, I have a list of some of the luxurious hotels of UK which you can accommodate while having a trip to UK. First is the Four Seasons Hotel. Surrounded by greenery in the heart of Mayfair, this hotel is true to London and it is a very unique hotel. Shangri-La Hotel, occupying the 34th to 52nd floor of the architect Renzo Piano's iconic Shard building. This hotel is very, very luxurious and will give you a memorable experience. The Dorchester, exit of its sparkling location. It has a grand lobby, a restaurant which consists of 90 chefs. Yes, 90 chefs with a spa with glittering tea room. Now, as I told you earlier also that my tour package covers the taste of every individual. So what about foodies? First of all, I will take you to some amazing restaurants where you will get some amazing food. First is pie. Pie. There are so many pies in UK. Cottage pie, shepherd's pie, beef pie, pork pie. Their taste is delicious. Lincolnshire hotspot. It's made up of lamb or mutton with vegetables and is sliced with chopped potato. Green tea. The green tea is a evening tea time snack for the people of UK. These are dense bread-like cakes served with raspberry jam or strawberry jam. These are delicious and having a taste to these dishes will give you a pleasant pleasure experience. Cheese. The two most famous British cheeses are cheddar and Stilton. You can garnish your food with these cheeses or you can just eat them raw. But trust me, they are yum. Now, it comes time for the nature lovers, the people who like to explore the natural beauty of different places. Here I have a list of some lakes which you can visit during your trip to UK with my company. And let me tell you one thing, this is all included in the tour package offered by my company Aviator Tours and Travels. First is the Birmingham Lake, Cumbria. It's a peaceful place and the most important waterfall is located very near to this place. Lake Windy Waves. Lake Windy Waves, a Victorian reservoir lake near which you can sit peacefully and talk with your family or friends. Rosemary Pool, Cornwall. It's another small but pretty lake and having a trip to UK without visiting these lakes doesn't serve the purpose. Note as Scotland, one of the largest lake of Scotland. Now, I think it's enough to convince you and I'm sure you will be convinced. So come
Kingdom. Today, I'm Sneha, one of the members from Future Tours and Travel. I'm here to tell you about an amazing trip to United Kingdom. Friends, do you know the capital of United Kingdom, that is London, and is famous for its culture, tradition, food, cuisine, dresses, and the most important thing, punctuality. So let's begin with the National Day of England. 23rd April, St. George's Day is the National Day of England. A story dating back to the 6th century tells that St. George rescued a maiden by slaying a fearsome fire-breathing dragon. The St. George name was shouted as a battle cry, who fought battle beneath the Red Cross banner during the 100 Years of War, that is from 1333 to 1458. Friends, do you know that if we're traveling to any part of the world, it is most necessary part to know about the rules and regulations of the respective country. So now I want to tell you about some of the rules and regulations of United Kingdom. In United Kingdom, you should be polite with everyone, to shake hands, to open doors, and to sneeze. Cover your mouth whenever you feel like sneezing or coughing. Drive your vehicle on the left side of the road. And in England, please don't ask a lady her age. Don't greet people with a kiss. Don't burp in public. Don't spit on the road. And don't pick your nose in public. And the most important thing of any country, that is monuments. Because monuments is the most important part of any country. It is the monuments only from which we can know about the culture, tradition of their respective country. So I want to introduce some of the famous countries of England. First is the Tower of London. Tower of London is the House of Parliament. House of Parliament is the main seat of government, and it also includes Big Ben, Tower of Victoria Tower, Central Lobby, etc. Our second is Tower of London. It was founded by the William the Conqueror in the year of 1066 and 67. It had so various of things, from the jewels to coal and petroleum, from the queen to the prisoner, from the royal palaces to the fortress, and the last but not the least of UK, that is Buckingham Palace. And it is famous for the guards of the respective area that changes after every day and after every 45 minutes. It is also the main residence of the Queen of UK, that is Queen Elizabeth II. Friends, now is the most important things, highlights of our packages. We are going to provide you 5 nights and 6 days packages, 10% discount on flat accommodation, and we are also offering you exclusive packages that includes kids adventures, family tour, and family combo, teenager packs, and the most important thing, packages. Because I know that you are going to spend so many things on, you are going to spend your currency on different things. As we also need something of appreciation like that, so it is not that much of expensive. It is just like rupees 1,90,000 rupees according to Indian rupees. So on this we are offering you 10% discount as the Independence Day offer. And if you are having any of the query, you can call to me on my email shown on the number shown on the screen. I am free for you 24 hours and will be happy to answer your questions. Thank you and happy holidays. And please visit on the Everyday Tours and Travels. The more contributors of this PPT are Simran Singh, Shweta, Priyampada, and Ram. Thank you.
Next, we have Prerna of Class 8. But I'm an experienced travel agent, Prerna, of the company Aviator Tours and Travels. And now we will start exploring our royal destination, UK. Through this PPT, we will explore the wonders of UK. By watching this PPT, you will get a help in your travel planning for a smooth journey to our heavenly destination, UK. So, now let's move on to our next site, Lost Monuments. Actually, these monuments are not very popular, but their mysteries are very popular. So, here's the list. Cromwell Command Memorial, Eric Molly Campbell Statue, the National Wellness Monument, the Battle of Britain Monument, the Comedy 'The' 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 bit of popularity and competition between such monuments. The first sites in the UK to be inscribed on the World Heritage List were Tyne Fort, Durham Basilican Cathedral, Iron Bridge Church, and Dudley Royal Park, including the ruins of Fountain Abbey, Avery, Stonehenge, and associated sites, castles, and town halls of King Edward. Successful monuments. Here are the pictures of some successful monuments about which I told you in the previous slide. Restaurants in UK. After discussing the achievements, I'm feeling very hungry. And we know that emphasis is always given to restaurants and cafes when we are planning our holidays. So, I have also listed the names of some restaurants and cafes in UK which will provide you a satisfactory service and a clean environment. So let's read. Prezzo, Zizi, Midsummer House, and Sunrise. Cafes in UK. The Bradley Cafe, the Regency Cafe, the Chocolate Cafe, the New London Cafe, the English Bakers, and many more. After listening too much, you must be tired. So for providing you full rest and comfort, I have also listed the names of some hotels in UK. Sands Bay Hotel and Resort, Lowood Bay Resort and Spa, Genting Hotel, Pioneer Resort Hotel, and the Four Seasons Hotel. After discussing all these, you must be aware of a list containing exciting monuments. So, here's the list. Main monuments: London Eye, Tower of London, Stonehenge, Lincoln Pavilion, Buckingham Palace, and many more. Here are the pictures of the main monuments like the Lincoln Pavilion, the Buckingham Palace, and the House of Parliament. Attractions. Attractions are the main part of the slide. You must visit here as these are the most popular and very cheapest tickets for visiting here. The Gothic Castle, Windsor Castle, the London Eye, Tower of London, Stonehenge, Pinton Pavilion, Hyde Park, Harry Potter Studio, and the House of Parliament. Attractions. The Cambridge University, the British Museum, the National Museum of Scotland, and the last, Shakespeare Globe Theatre. Thank you. I hope you all are convinced and will join my company. Now, next we have Mana of class 8.
Our services will be starting from $5,000 and it is cheapest from all other tour and travel companies. The places we are going to visit in the UK is the London, Scottish Highlands, Stonehenge, Edinburgh, York, and Cornwall. And this is the landmarks of those places. Let's start our tour from London. London is a fascinating city with Italian history, full with art galleries, museums, etc. It has many tourist attractions like Royal Museum and Buckingham Palace. The changing part of Buckingham Palace is not to be a missed experience. We will choose Marriott Hotel for our stay in London. Marriott Hotel is located in the 140 Park Lane in London. It consists of 152 bedrooms which were all refurbished in the year 2015. The site also occupies 138 Park Lane which consists of Home Guard headquarters which was taken as set Home Guard headquarters in the film The Life and Death of Colonel Bill. The second place we are going to visit in UK is the Scottish Highlands. The Scottish Highlands are the north and northern western portion of Scotland. The area is partially populated with mountains dominating this region and includes the highest peak of the Britain, Ben Nevis. We will be staying at Murrayshire House Hotel during our visit in Scotland. This hotel is a 4-star luxury hotel with 24-hour reception facilities, a bar and a restaurant with 2 golf courses. Next, we will visit the Stonehenge. One of the great sites in world, Stonehenge is composed of circular standing by large stone in UK. It has also Neolithic and Bronze Age finds and structures and consists of 200 scheduled monuments. We will be staying at the Swan Inn Hotel in the city of Stonehenge. The Swan Inn Hotel includes 1930s category, accommodates up to 80 guests, a 35-cover bar area, a 40-cover restaurant, original boat burning, and a beautiful garden with the river valley. Next place we are going to visit in UK is the Edinburgh. Visitors to Edinburgh need to be prepared to experience history from Cobblestone Street to Edinburgh Castle, that is symbolic of Edinburgh's capital. Edinburgh is steeped in history, beginning with old and new towns, with 4,500 buildings and sites between them. We will be staying at Murrayshire G&B Royal Mile Hotel. This hotel is a 5-star luxury hotel built in 2009. Award-winning interior architecture got a life well has refurbished this hotel's rooms and made 155 elegant rooms. York is a walled city with rich heritage located where river flows meet river flows. An impressive number of attractions are packed in this ancient city. The Principal York is the best hotel for our stay in York. The Principal York is the best hotel to discover the historic city York. It offers the warmest welcome to the guests. It consists of 1 to 2 bedrooms which have all free Wi-Fi in each room. Cornwall is a charming and isolated city, yet rich and quaint, located in the westernmost point of the UK. There are sea waves in the northern side and golden sand beach, which was loved by tourists in the south. We will end up our tour in this hotel, the Lansdowne Hotel. The Lansdowne Hotel is situated in the Cornwall's north side upon granite cliffs overlooking the Atlantic Ocean and the lighthouse. Our package is limited and will be ending on September 23, so please people hurry up and catch our package as soon as possible. For any query, you can contact us on given number and email ID. Thank you for listening.
So I would like to invite Rajat Goyal of class 8.
Hello friends, I am Rajat Goyal, manager from Aviator Tour and Travels, and I am here to present a PPT on UK. So let's discover the UK. Situated in the European continent, United Kingdom has a population of over 6 crore and 30 lakhs. It covers an area of 2,52,300 square kilometers. Now I will tell you about the Buckingham Palace. This palace was built in 1705 by the Duke of Buckingham. Queen Victoria was the first of the royal family to live in it. A flag is always raised when the Queen is in the castle. Now the Windsor Castle. Windsor Castle is the largest inhabited castle in the world, with its earliest resident being William the Conqueror. Now the Edinburgh Castle. Edinburgh Castle sits upon the volcanic Castle Rock. The castle dates back to around the time of David I in the 12th century. Now the Harlech Castle. Nestled on a cliff close to the Irish Sea, this fortress has been inspiration for songs and a beautiful attraction in Wales. Now the St. Paul's Cathedral. This 365 feet cathedral dates back to around the time of David, dates back to around the time of 17th century when it was built by Sir Christopher Wren. Today it is the seat of the Bishop of London and services still are held daily. Now I will tell you about the Westminster Abbey. Westminster Abbey was first used by the Benedictine monks in the 10th century. The White Cliffs of Dover.
The White Cliffs of Dover form the British coastline that faces the Strait of Dover and France. These formations are part of the North Down formations and some reach up to 305 feet. Now I will tell you about the Blackpool Tower. Inspired by the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, this tower is 518 feet tall and can be seen in a 30-mile radius. Now the Hadrian's Wall. This fortress, also known as the Roman Wall, was built in 122 AD and was constructed out of stone and timber. Now the Antonine Wall. Made out of stone and turf, this wall was constructed in the rule of the Roman Emperor Antonius Pius. It took 12 years to finish the 39-mile walls. Now the Wellington Arch. The Wellington Arch was built in 1830. It was the entryway for Buckingham Palace. Now the Stonehenge. One of the world's first monuments was Stonehenge. It is believed that it was built in sometime in between 2500 to 3000 BC. Now, the Big Ben. This 315.9 foot high clock is the largest four-phase chimney clock in the world. Now, the London Eye. The London Eye was first opened on 31st December 1999 and is the tallest observation wheel in the world. Now, the offers that our company provides. 5-person 7-day trip at ₹1 lakh from New Delhi to London, United Kingdom. Flight first class 20% discount, return included hotel red cherry. 2-person 5-day trip at ₹30,999 from New Delhi to Manchester, United Kingdom. Flight economy 10% discount, return included hotel Titanic. And 4-person 6-day trip at ₹50,000 from New Delhi to Edinburgh, United Kingdom. Flight premium economy 15% discount included hotel Lovebird. Thank you.
Good morning, I am Vibhu Nandi of class 7 as well as the manager of the company Exotic East Travels. I am here to give you a brief description of the tour package offered by our company Exotic East Travels. Exotic East Travels, Japan. World Travel Japan. Nightlife in Tokyo and Kyoto. Tour package offered by our company Japan packages from $1,295 per person. Highlights of Japan, the ultimate 9-day trip. Route map of Japan. As you can see in the map, Osaka, Hiroshima, Nara, which will be included in our package. Visitors place of Japan, which will be included in our package. Monuments of Japan. Correlation between the monuments of India and Japan. Monuments are the collective term used by the Japanese government's law for the protection of the cultural properties to denote cultural properties of Japan. Japanese monuments. Jinkakuji, or the temple of the Golden Pavilion, is the most popular temple among the tourists in Japan. It was built as a retirement villa for Shogun Ashikaga Yoshimitsu in the late 14th century. Unfortunately, the temple was burned down by a young monk in 1950. 5 years later, the temple was again built to the copy of the another. The pavilion is covered in golden leaves as to highlight the reflection of the pavilion in the pond. Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji is the highest mountain in Japan at 3,776 meters. An estimated 2 lakh climbers climb the mountain every year, which of them 30% are foreigners. It is a big tourist attraction among the
in 1779. No, it is also called as the Palace of the Winds, and it is a great tourist attraction among the tourists in India and has 953 small windows. Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is the pinnacle of the Mughal architecture and was built by Shah Jahan from 1628 to 1658 in the memory of his queen Arjuman Bano Begum, entitled Mumtaz Mahal. She was born in 1593 and died in 1631 during the birth of her 14th child at Burhanpur. Her mortal remains were temporarily buried in the Zainabad garden, presented by Vihunandi. Hope you have liked the presentation and will definitely visit Japan. Thank you. Next we have Maya of class 7. Good morning. Today I am Maya of class 7 as well as a manager of Exotic East Travels, and I am here to represent our company. As you can see, this time our new package is for Japan. As you can see, a very nice picture of Japan. Japan is an island nation in the Pacific Ocean with 10 cities, imperial palaces, mountainous national parks, and thousands of shrines and temples. Now, I have compared Japan historical places to our Indian historical places. Now, first I have compared Japan Imperial Palace to our Indian Taj Mahal. As you can see, both are very attractive and quite similar with their architecture. The Imperial Palace is located in Japan in Tokyo. Our Taj Mahal is located in India in Andhra. As every Indian loves to visit Taj Mahal once in their life, same with the Japanese, they love to visit Imperial Palace once in their life. Now I have compared Tokyo Tower to our Qutub Minar. As you can see, both are quite similar with their architecture and very attractive. The Tokyo Tower is located in Japan in Tokyo. The height of the Tokyo Tower is 333 meters. Our Qutub Minar is located in India, in Delhi. The height of the Qutub Minar is 238 feet. Now, places to be visited during the tour. Now, first day, the Museum of Nature and Science. It is a very good example of nature and science. It is located in Yuno Park, and this museum opened its doors in 1871 and has changed names several times. Now next, Sensoji Temple. It is one of the oldest temples of Japan. It holds a very special place in the heart of people. Now, Tokyo Sea Life Park. It is a very good example of sea life. This is located in Trinkaishu. This is one of the several aquariums in and around Tokyo. Now, the Imperial Palace. The Imperial Residence is about 3.41 kilometer of square of total landscape. So, the Imperial Palace is itself a museum. Now, the Tokyo Dome City. The dome is a mega entertainment with lots of facilities and attractions. This hall has been captured for many concerts, exhibitions, etc. Now the Tokyo Tower. The Tokyo Tower is a testament to the advancement of technology and modern life. Now our tour plan. The trip is for 1 week, that is from 7 to 14 June 2017. Your flight for Japan Tokyo is from Delhi International Indira Gandhi Airport. Your flight will land in Tokyo at Hameda Airport. Your stay will be at Hotel Riva. It's a very good hotel. For more information, visit our website www.exoticeasttravels. The cost of the tour package is 1,85,000 per person. Hope you would definitely visit Japan with our company, and thanks for watching my video. Next we have Sakshi of class 7.
Good morning, one and all present here. Today I, Sakshi Garg of class 7 and the manager of Exotic East Travel, I'm going to present the PPT on the Exotic East Travel and to give you the reason to visit Japan. Exotic East Travel.
Welcome to Japan. Japan, the Japanese electronics and automotive manufacturing is well known as throughout the year, and the country's electronics account for a large share in the global market compared to a majority of others. Historic monuments of ancient Kyoto. Kiyomizu-dera Temple was a military commander and ancient monk and is one of the best sightseeing places in Kyoto. It is supported by 139 pillars as bulls projected in the mountain slope. Ryukyon-ji Temple is commonly known as Shinkaku-ji Golden Pavilion, was constructed in 1224 as a second house for an aristocrat. Its stunning image was embossed with a gold leaf and reflected in the ponds is described. Ryoanji Temple is well known as Sekitai Rock Garden. There are no ponds in this garden. Natural water scenery is expressed by using stones and gravel. Historic monuments of ancient Nara. Kigon thought later be popularized by those of Vijayana and is responsible for the establishment of the Todai lineage of Kigon. Ritsu Buddhist Temple. The Ritsu was found in Japan by the blind Chinese Janjin, better known for his Japanese name Janjin. Kasuga Shrine Temple. The architectural style Kasuga Jipuri takes its name for the Kasuga Shrine Temple. Kasuga Shrine and the Kasugayama Primal Forest and is registered as the World Heritage Parts of the Historic Monuments of Ancient Nara. Now, I hope that you enjoyed my PPT and are concerned to visit Japan. Thank you. Next we have Nidhi of class 7th.
Good morning, one and all present here today. I am Nidhi of class 7, as well as the manager of Exotic East Travel. Today I am going to present Exotic East Travel. We are offering you a fun vacation to Japan. Why Exotic? The leading player in online flight booking in India. Exotic offer great offer with the features like instant discount, My Pay calendar, My Reward program, and many more. Vacations don't get more exotic than this. Kyoto. Kyoto served as Japan's capital and emperor's residence from 794 until 1868. It is now the country's 7th largest city with a population of 1.4 million people and a modern face. Packages. We provide many best options for our customers. 3 days 2 night trips at 1,20,000. 4 days 3 night trip at only 4,30,000. 6 days 5 night trip at 6,50,000. Day 1, we are going to visit Shinkaku-ji Temple. Take your first step in the release of Kyoto Shrine and the temple culture at Shinkaku-ji, built by Shogun Yoshimasa. Same as Golden Temple in Amritsar. Sri Harmandir Sahib is the most famous temple for the Sikh. Philosopher's Walk. Philosopher's Walk is a line with pink cherry blossom trees. Yon Corner. The streets of Yon is lined with restaurant, tea houses, and old mercantile houses. It is a spot and worth visiting and staying for about 2 weeks. Day 2, we are going to visit Kyoto Imperial Palace. Kyoto Imperial Palace used to be the residence of imperial family. Nishiki Market. Nishiki Market is lined with more than 100 shops and restaurants. of visiting, known as Kyoto Sketching. Day 3, we are going to visit Osaka Shrine. Osaka Shrine is a top location worth visiting and staying for a bite to eat. Kyoto Railway Museum. It is one of Japan's 3 great railway museums. As we have national museums in India, National Museum is on the corner of Japan in Delhi. Nijo Castle, Nijojo. Nijo Castle was built in 1603. It was built in UNESCO design on 1994. I hope you have enjoyed my video and will definitely visit Japan. Thank you and happy holidays.
Good morning. Today I am Priyanshu of class 7 and as well as the manager of Exotic East Travels, I am going to present you a brief information about Japan, and this presentation helps you to choose a trip for Japan. Tour package, tour insulations, airfare, Chennai to Narita Osaka, that is in Japan, Chennai by economy class. Your Japan tourist visa is important and we give you 5 days 2 night accommodation in 5-star hotel. And your all money payments by cash, credit debit card and net banking too. Hotels in Japan. A ryukan is a traditional inn that is organized in Edo period and it is a very popular hotel that is in Tokyo. And it is a very luxury and big hotel that is spread all over the Japan. We give you 2 room set in a ryokan and the daily breakfast and dinner is included in the package. Your day 1 begins. Welcome to Japan. Temples of Japan, the Great Buddha. The Great Buddha is a statue as commonly known as the Kamakura Daibatsu, and it is of some 11.3 meters tall, that is 121 tons. And the fact is that sits in open air make it unusual among all the statues present in Japan. Tokyo Tower. Tokyo Tower is a communication and observation tower that is in Shibakoen district and Minato, Tokyo. And it is about 322.29 meters, that is 1092 feet. And it is the second tallest structure in Japan. Your day 2 begins. Historical monuments of Japan. Heimji Castle. Heimji Castle, also known as Sri Rasuizo Castle, White Castle, and due to its outdoor white outer coverings, it is the best preserved castle in Japan, and it is a function as military also. Sushi. Sushi is a Japanese food and specially prepared by vinegar rice. That is the topping of chiefly seafood, and it is a very delicious food. Your day 3 begins. In day 3, we take you in the world of dresses and dances. Kimonos. Kimonos are the traditional dress of Japan, and it is generally made up of silk, and it is start from shoulders to the heels. It is with a white belt called an obi. Japan dances. Kabuki. Kabuki is a classical Japanese dance that is worn by some of its performers called kanji characters. And from left to right, the mean dancing, singing and skills. The word Kabuki actually means the word and art of dancing and singing. Your day 4 begins. Places you like in Japan. Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji is an active volcano about 100 kilometers of southwest of Tokyo, and it is also commonly known as Fuji San. It is the country's tallest peak, about 3,776 meters tall, and it is considered as the 3 sacred mountains of Japan. Different shape. Comparison between Qutub Minar and Tokyo Tower. Tokyo Tower is about 332.9 meters tall, that is 1092 feet, and it is the second tallest structure of Japan. The Qutub Minar. It is about 73 meters tall, that is 240 feet, and it is made by Kutubuddin Airlock. It is located in Delhi. Your all package, including your places to visit and your breakfast and your flight, is only at 3 lakhs per person. Thanks for watching our presentation. I hope you will enjoy our presentation that is made by our company, and you will go to Japan by our company package. And now last I would tell that happy holidays.
Now, last but not the least, I would like to invite Yashwant of class 8.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. I am here from the Aviated Tours and Travels, here to present you something very interesting between the monuments of UK and of India. Let's begin. So we are going to do a comparison between the monuments of UK and India. And the first comparison we are going to do is between the Windsor Castle and the Taj Mahal. The Windsor Castle is the oldest occupied castle in the world, and it also has very interesting features like Queen Mary doghouse and etc. And the Indian monument we are going to compare is Taj Mahal. This opulent white marble structure was commissioned to be built in 1632 by Shahjahan for his late wife Mumtaz Mahal. Let's take a view. This is the Windsor Castle and the Taj Mahal. The second comparison is between the Buckingham Palace and the Agra Fort. The Buckingham Palace is probably the best known historical place in UK. It was the royal residence of the monarch since the reign of Queen Victoria. Let's come to the Agra Fort. Agra Fort is a historical fort in the city of Agra. It was the main residence of the emperors of Mughal dynasty in 1638. So let's take a view. The view of the two monuments. Let's begin. The third comparison is between the Beaumaris Castle and the Red Fort. The Beaumaris Castle was to be the largest of King Edward's iron ring of castles that was intended to surround Wales. And the Red Fort. The Red Fort is a historical fort in the city of Delhi in India. It was the main residence of the Mughal emperors for about 200 years. Let's take a view. This is the Beaumaris Castle and the Red Fort. So you have seen that there are many comparisons and differences between the monuments of UK and of India. So I would like you to visit UK and see that all with your own eyes and make it a beautiful experience of your life. So our company is providing you with the best tour package of rupees 1 lakh per person. The hotels, food and staying and passports, tickets, all will be included in this package. You will get given time for self-exploring and make it your best vacation ever. So happy holidays. Thank you very much.
So, in the end, I would like to conclude with the statement that the world is like a book, and those who don't travel read only one page of this book. I want my audience to read all the pages of this book and enjoy your life's journey. So, can I expect that you will read all the pages of this book? Yes. Good. Thank you and have a nice day.